Hi everyone, this is Mr. Balsero. You can call me Mr. B. I'm from Northeastern Music Programs, and I'm here today to talk to you about getting started on playing the clarinet. Just like you, I was excited about joining the band back when I was in grade school, and it's really going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. So let's get started and let's learn a little bit about the clarinet. The first thing about the clarinet is opening the case. And to open a case, the first thing we need to do is find a sturdy, solid surface for the case to rest on. We want to make sure that surface is very sturdy, flat, so it can't fall off. Tables work really well, as does the floor. Avoid and refrain from putting the case on a chair, a stool, or some other kind of place where it might get knocked over accidentally or tip over and get damaged. We want to make sure to keep our instrument in good condition, and the first way we do that is to make sure that the case is on a flat surface. Once we find that flat surface, let's open the case and take a look at what's inside. But before we do, we need to make sure that this case is oriented correctly. We need to have the correct end of the case facing the ceiling. If we don't, then when we open the case, all of the contents in the case are going to fall out all over the floor. So in order to find out the correct way of putting your case on the table, if you have an older instrument, look at your case and you'll notice that one side of the instrument case has the name, the brand name on it, or a logo. The other side does not. This case is a Yamaha, has a logo on one side, no logo on the other side. So the logo side faces up towards the ceiling. If you have a newer instrument, a lot of the newer instruments don't have that little mark on there for you to identify. Both sides of the case look the same. If that's the case, then you want to make sure that the latches on your case, when you flip them up, they flip up towards the ceiling, and then you can open the case. So make sure your instrument's oriented the correct way, and once it is, go ahead and crack open that case and let's take a look at what's inside. So here it is, the clarinet in all of its glory. Let's take a look through the case and see the different parts. So starting with the bell-shaped section, this is called the clarinet bell. Right next to that here, it kind of looks like a barrel. This is called a barrel. Next to that, with the cap and these silver screw things, this is called the mouthpiece, the ligature, and the mouthpiece cap. This is what we're going to attach our reed to later. We have two main joints in the clarinet. We have the upper joint, which goes on the top closest to your mouth. And then we have the bottom joint. Notice that the bottom joint has one side that has cork. The upper joint, both sides have cork. That's going to be important when we start talking about how to put this instrument together. So in addition to the bell, the barrel, the mouthpiece, the upper joint, and the lower joint, you'll also notice that there are some accessories. First accessory we see, this case has two reeds, and inside each of these reed bags is one single reed that comes in a reed case as well. These are very, very important parts of the clarinet. Without these reeds, we can't get a sound, and they're the most fragile, delicate part of the clarinet, and they break very, very easily, so we want to be very careful with them so they last as long as they can. So besides the reeds, we also have a cleaning swab. This will be run through your clarinet after you play to absorb the condensation. Helps protect the instrument and the pads so they last a little bit longer. This is one kind of swab. There are a lot of different types of swabs available. And then finally in the case, we have this little bit. Looks like chapstick, but it's not. You can read on here, it's cork grease. We'll use this cork grease when we put the instrument together for the first time to kind of lubricate these corks so the tendons and the parts go in together a little bit better. This is not chapstick. Don't use it as chapstick, although it looks like chapstick. It doesn't taste like chapstick. It won't hurt you if you do, but I think chapstick is a much better decision than cork grease. You may have some other accessories in your clarinet. You might have some kind of strap. You might have some other cleaning supplies, but most clarinets will come with these accessories: a reed, cork grease, and swab, and all the different parts of your clarinet. And that's all the parts of the clarinet. So your job, your homework before you watch the next video is to be able to open your case correctly, be able to lift out each of the different parts of your clarinet, name them, what are they, and then be able to put them back in your case in the correct spot. Keep practicing on that, and when you're ready to go on, move on to video number 2. Thanks.